Hey guys, welcome to the Touchdown Table. I'm Ryan, that's Tyler, that's Jordan, and I cannot believe I am saying this. It feels like just yesterday we were doing our celebratory live stream for the start of the regular season, but here we are, week 17, last week of the regular season. We're making our picks. It really did, fly by, and I know we do say that every year, but this year especially, it just went like that. So, final week of the season, a lot on the line for a lot of teams. Let's make these picks.
Before we get started, I do want to say we are pre-recording this because Jordan and I will be on vacation as this video comes out. So I think we'll be getting back on the day of. But I got to edit and stuff. So some of these games are probably going to flip-flop. I would expect to see a new night game. And we don't know what happened in Week 16 as we make this. So we're not going to talk about those games. And we're just going to talk about the teams and obviously tell you guys who we think is going to win. So now let's go to Jordan.
Yeah, and we usually would start on a Thursday, but there is none. There's no Friday football like we had last week. There's no Saturday football again, and it's just all Sunday games, as Tyler so nicely took from me. Yeah,
I just love the fact that it's all Sunday games. It's a good way to end the season, I think.
Yeah, well, we start in our picks video at least with the Miami Dolphins versus the Buffalo Bills. This is an important game for both teams. The Bills, do they want that number 2 spot? Probably not, because they'd be playing the Browns, right? At least as of right now.
We're not sure what's going to happen.
Yeah, everything could change.
Depends on what happens this week.
Yeah, so it seems, again, we're pre-recording this, but we're assuming the Chiefs have won, so they have clinched the bye. And so this is still an important game because the Dolphins are trying to get in the playoffs over teams like the Ravens and the Colts and the Titans. Maybe you can throw in there as well. And the Bills are trying to, just keep winning. I think they win this one 30-21. Josh Allen and his team keep rolling.
Yeah, they are rolling, and this is an interesting game because, very well could be a, must-win scenario for the Dolphins, depending on how the events of Week 16 play out. And for Buffalo, they're just trying to get the highest seed as they can. Do they have a chance at the 1 seed by the time this game happens? Probably not, but, still trying to get, whether it's 2 seed, 3 seed, trying to get the best chance for as many home playoff games as you can. Even with no fans, I still feel like home field advantage is important in the playoffs. I think Buffalo wins this one 30-26.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with both of you guys. I'm picking Buffalo to win. Obviously, Miami's still going to have something to fight for, especially if this stays at the same time of day that this game is expected to be played at. But I'm going to take the Bills in this one. I think they're still fighting for something. That gets them a close win over the Dolphins, 31-30 Bills. Next game is the Packers at the Bears, and this is a huge one, assuming that the Bears beat the Jaguars in Week 16. I sure hope that happened. I'll be embarrassed if I end up being wrong from what I just said, but I'm assuming that's what's going to happen. That being said, the Bears need to win this game to pick the playoffs. I'm a Bears fan. I cannot pick against them in this game, especially since the Packers have a chance to be playing a meaningless game if they beat the Titans. So I'm picking the Bears to win this game 29-23.
Yeah, I don't anticipate that Green Bay will have the 1 seed locked up. They could have it locked up, but I do expect that Green Bay will still have something to play for. And obviously, so will Chicago, most likely, because this is a scenario where Chicago could be needing a win and an Arizona loss to get in. I mean, both teams, I think, will still have a lot on the line, but I think Green Bay locks up the 1 seed if they haven't already and wins 27-21.
Yeah, 17 videos into this year's picks videos, I have not once picked against the Bears. In the 17th video, I will not ever pick against them this year. Just like last year, I'm going the Bears sweep 16-0 for the Bears, even though that's certainly not true. A tough matchup against the Packers, but they have been playing some better football recently, which brings a smile to my face. Anyways, 27-24, I got the Bears winning in a 16-0 sweep again. And next year, if we're still doing stuff, which I hope we will.
Oh, we will.
You'll see it again. 16-0 sweep for the Bears. Anyways, next game is AFC North matchup. It's the Ravens against the Bengals. Ravens have a pretty easy schedule out, and this game is no exception. Although the Bengals picked up a decent win 2 weeks ago against, not just a decent win, but a good win against the Steelers. So that's promising for them, I guess. But I almost said the Bengals. The Baltimore Ravens need to win this game to try to get themselves in the playoffs. I think they do just that. By a score of 30-17.
Yeah, this is going to be an interesting week for the AFC playoff picture. So many good teams, but there's only 3 wild card spots, and even in a year where we expanded the playoff picture, it still really does feel like there might be one playoff caliber team. Yeah, especially in the AFC, that's going to be left out. Will it be Baltimore? Will it be Miami? Will it be Indianapolis or Tennessee? Who knows? Obviously, like we said, we're recording this a bit in advance. Week 16 hasn't even happened yet. So this is a lot in advance, but I think Baltimore could very well still need to win this game to get in. I think they do just that, 31-20, and we'll see how far this win takes them.
Yeah, with the Ravens, I mean, they could win out and still not make the playoffs.
Yeah,
I believe,
that's
if the
a weird
Dolphins win
thing,
out.
like 11-5, and not
Exactly.
getting in with a 7 seed this year.
But I think they will end up getting in based on my Buffalo Bills pick and this Baltimore Ravens pick. I'm picking the Ravens to beat the Bengals 36-27 and securing a playoff spot, a wild card spot at 11-5, which is a formidable record. But in the AFC, it's tough. Speaking of the AFC, we got two more of those teams. And speaking of that division as well, we got two more teams from that division. It's the Steelers at the Browns. And this is a game where, depending on what happens in Week 16, I could see it getting flexed to a night game. But right now, this is where we have it on the docket. So I'm going to pick the Steelers to win this one. I think after a couple rough games for them, they start to get their act together, stop dancing, start playing. They get this win in Cleveland, 32-28. Both teams will probably still make the playoffs, but the Steelers will get that division.
Yeah, this could possibly be an AFC North championship, depending on how things played out in the week prior to this. And if that is the case, that's awesome. You know, Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Week 17, and Cleveland has some fans in the stadium too, so that'll be exciting. I hope that's the case, but regardless, I do think the Browns win this game 28-24. I'm just not sold on Pittsburgh as being a true Super Bowl contender.
Yeah, throughout this season, I've been skeptical of the Browns. I wanted to see Baker take a step up and be more consistent. I knew that run game was good, but I wanted to see that passing offense really excel. And even through the loss of Odell Beckham Jr. this year, I have been impressed with the Browns, especially through
strangely,
weeks.
yes.
Yeah. And Ryan's the guy who, for the season, by the way, he said the Browns would win this division.
Yeah,
they have a pretty decent shot at it.
Well, we got to see
the Steelers need to lose out.
The Browns need some help to make this game an AFC North
But either way, still a very good prediction from Ryan. It worked out well. As I said, I was skeptical of the Browns in general. I wanted to see more consistency. And I've seen it. I've liked what I've seen from them the last few weeks. They played very good football, offense, defense, and special teams. And I'm picking them to win this game against the Steelers just because of the way that they've played. I like Baker now. The commercials, they're good again. They're always good, but, they hit different when he's not playing good. But I have him winning this game 26-24 and possibly taking his team to an AFC North championship. I don't know. You might.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Well, yeah, they will.
Yeah, you will eventually. We all will eventually.
You will know.
Yes. Anyways, next game is an NFC North matchup. We go north to north. It's the Vikings at the Lions. And Vikings, are they still in playoffs technically?
As of right now, yes. But if they lose on Christmas,
they need the Bears to lose one game. I think they need the Buccaneers to lose out, or maybe the Cardinals to lose out.
Yeah.
And they need to win out.
But by the time they're seeing this, they're probably eliminated unless they upset the Saints.
Yeah. So, anyways, I still think they're going to beat this game. Although the Lions have been playing a lot better recently, I just think that Minnesota's going to be able to pull it out in this one. 28-23, the Vikings win their last game of the season.
Yeah, it was kind of an interesting season for the Vikings where it looked like they were going to be really bad, then they were good, and, then things, kind of turned south with a couple losses, unless they won on Christmas, which maybe they did, but odds are the Vikings aren't making the playoffs, but I do think they finished their season strong with a win over Detroit, complete the sweep over the Lions for 2020. I say Vikings win 27-19, and I think it'll be a big day for Dalvin Cook, as so many Vikings days have been.
Yeah, I think for both of these teams, they've had their rough patches, and they've looked good at times, but they just haven't been able to put a full season together. I think the Vikings, though, in this last game will get the last hoorah and take this win 27-21 in their probably last game of the season, depending on certain circumstances. So, Vikings win. Next game is the Jaguars at the Colts. This one, I think the Jaguars, hopefully at this point, will still have one win and be playing for that Trevor Lawrence spot, losing this game to the Colts 34-24.
Yeah, the Jaguars, they play good teams tough, and they've done that, and I applaud them for that, and I think they'll do the same thing here. How good are the Colts? Are they Super Bowl caliber? I do not think so, but that's a discussion for a later time, but they are certainly better than the Jacksonville Jaguars. Closer than expected, but Colts win 28-23.
Similar to the Browns coming into the season, even towards the beginning of the season, I was skeptical of the Colts, but their defense has played really well. That run game, led by that nice offensive line, has really, really done good. And I think Phillip Rivers, across the table, I think we could all say he's played better than we expected him to. And he's playing good with the Chargers last year, but coming into this year, we thought there'd be some sort of a decline. And you could definitely argue there has been, but he's been playing pretty good in the last few games.
Year. He's been good, and he's been bad, and he's been really good, and he's been really bad.
He's been doing enough to get his team to win games. They're playing good right now. And I do think this team is built to make a run in the playoffs. So my score prediction just went off for a second. So I have the Colts winning this game 33-21. All right, now we have the Chargers and the Kansas City Chiefs. There's a decent shot the Chiefs will have the 1 seed locked up and they'll just not play their starters. And I went based off of that. But I still went with the Chiefs because I do feel like their starters will be able to pull out a win against the Chargers. I do like the Chargers. I think that if they rest their starters, there's still a good shot the Chargers would win this game. But I don't know, just what I thought of doing. So I did it 24-20. The possible second stringers will beat the Chargers. And if it's the first stringers, then absolutely they will.
Yeah, I agree. If the Chiefs do have something to play for, I think they win. But I'm making this pick assuming that the Chiefs have the 1 seed all locked up by the time this game is being played. So I got the Chargers winning 31-20, provided that Kansas City already has the 1 seed locked up.
Remember the last time the Chiefs rested their starters? We saw a new face.
Oh, yeah, we got Mahomes against the Broncos. So maybe the next Mahomes will play. Who knows?
That would be quite the coincidence.
Matt Moore still there? Right. Who was it?
It might be Matt Moore. Or is it Chad Henne, maybe? I don't know.
I think Chad Henne is there.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's get back to the game itself here. I did something similar to Jordan where I didn't know if they were going to be playing for something or not. I assumed they would probably have that 1 seed locked up. But regardless, I just picked the Chiefs to play it safe. Chiefs win 30-27. Chargers, it's going to be a better year for you next year, but you're going to start the new year of, according to our calendar, with another loss. Next game is the Jets at the Patriots. I don't think the Jets are going to win again. Congratulations on winning. I just don't think it's going to happen again.
Wait, as it congratulations?
Yeah, that's kind of
it's congratulations to the players.
Our congratulations and our condolences at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Congrats to the players. Sorry to everyone else but players. That goes for the owners, the fans.
Well, the coaches, I'm sure Adam Gase is happy because he knows he's gone. At least getting that win might feel good for his resume.
I guess.
Kind of.
It's better for his resume. But I'm picking the Patriots. If I didn't say that already, 22-19.
Yeah, I think this is going to be a very interesting offseason for the Patriots. You know, what's going to happen with Cam Newton? Will they draft a quarterback in the first round? But, you know, we'll cross that bridge when we get there. I think the Patriots end their season on a positive note. They beat the Jets 27-24.
Yeah, Ryan, jumping off your point real quick, they have Bill Belichick. He's a phenomenal coach. And I know people are saying stuff like, oh, Tom Brady's going to go to the playoffs and Belichick is not. Well, his team has drastically changed. It's not just been Tom Brady gone. It's been so many people that opted out this year. It's been so tough, and I am almost positive that he'll be able to figure something out this year, and he'll be able to build something with whatever quarterback he decides to bring in. Just let him do what he wants to do. He has a plan. And this year, I don't want to say it was a bridge year, but it kind of was a bridge year for the Patriots, and I think most people were expecting it. I had them win this game 24-17. Now we got the Cowboys at the Giants, which may have some playoff implications depending on what happens in last week. Dallas trying to get themselves in the playoffs, and the Giants' hopes are slim, but they still have a shot to get in as well. And I make this pick solely because, well, not solely, but I like Tony Pollard. He's been playing well, and the Cowboys have been playing better the past few weeks. I think that carries into this game against the Giants. So 28-23, the boys take the last game of the season, possibly unless they go to the playoffs.
Yeah, you know, we'll see. You know, what are the implications for both these teams? Are they both out? Do they both still have a shot? Does one of them still have a shot? I mean, the NFC East is crazy, so it's so hard to, you know, explain it, you know, as is. But, you know, now we're doing this, you know, a week early, so I don't even want to get into it. But last time these two teams met, it was in Dallas, and I believe it was a 3-point win for the Cowboys. This time they meet in New York. I think it's.
Is that the game Dak got injured?
Yes, I believe it was week 5. I think the Giants get the 3-point win on their turf. I think the Giants win 31-28, and we'll see where that takes them. We don't know.
I think the Cowboys have been a team that's been rapidly getting better every week, as we're seeing going on later into the week. And the Giants, I think, have been slowly declining. We saw them play better teams, and you could see they were matched up as well as they were against the Seahawks in that 1 week. But with that being said, the Cowboys have just gone through so much this year, losing Dak, all the Zeke fumbles, the terrible defense they have. And I know we like to make fun of, you know, Cowboys and their fans, but they've been through a lot this year. And I'm going to end it on a high note for all you Cowboys fans out there. Cowboys win this game 29-24 and possibly get into the playoffs. I don't know. Next one is the Washington football team at the Philadelphia Eagles. This is another NFC East matchup that could have possible playoff implications. I think all four teams still have a shot to win this division at this point.
At the time we're making this.
At the time we are making this, that is the case. I would assume that's not the case by the time we actually get to Week 17. But I'm just going to pick Washington in this one. I think Alex Smith will be back in Week 17, and they looked really good under Alex Smith. So Washington gets this win 33-30.
Yeah, I think it'd be really cool to see the Washington football team, possibly win this division and make it to the playoffs, just with, the great stories on that team with Ron Rivera and Alex Smith. But I pick with my head, not with my heart, and I think that the Eagles have looked like a different team with Jalen Hurts at the helm. At least that's a true statement at the time we're making this. Maybe they flopped in Week 16.
I hope not.
I don't know. I hope not
team.
either. Yeah, especially for you, obviously. But yeah, I mean, this should be an interesting game. Maybe this is a huge one in the NFC East. Who knows what the implications are, but I think Philly takes it at home 34-27.
Yeah, unlike Ryan, I have a lower scoring game, and also unlike Ryan, I have a different team winning this game. I have Washington winning this game. I like the story, but it's not just that. That's not why I'm only picking them. I like the defense, and the whole roster, even on offense, has been improving over the past few weeks. I think that Washington is the most dangerous team out of the NFC East right now, in my opinion, in the playoffs. I don't think the Eagles would put up a great fight against like a 2-seed team, but I don't know. Maybe you think differently than me. I just think Washington, their defense, would stay in a closer game with a better team.
They beat the current 2-seed team as we're making this, right?
Yeah,
Washington?
it's
the Saints.
Eagles.
The Eagles beat the Saints.
Do we really believe that?
I don't know.
That's a good point, but also if this team comes into the playoffs, they'll be all beat up, and I don't know.
I just think the defense gives Washington the edge in the playoffs. That's why I would say it.
I picked them
they
too.
They can keep good offenses to low-scoring games and give themselves a shot. I have to win this game in a low-scoring game, 20-16. And now we got the Falcons and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. We're going south to the NFC South, and the Bucs have been playing better. I picked them to lose last week, so if I'm wrong. I don't know, but. I have them picking. I have picked them to win this week against the Falcons by a score of 30-27. And the Falcons, by the way, under Raheem Morris, they played a lot better. I think they deserve some credit. They haven't got a bunch of wins, but they looked like a better team.
They're doing their thing.
Yeah.
They're doing their thing where they dig themselves in a hole that's too deep to get out of early in the year, but they
then
finish the
talk
season
of
strong.
firing their
Even
coach,
the Falcons,
they
can't
get
even fly out of the hole. It's just that.
Yeah. There you go to take the logo literally. But I think that Atlanta, there's some reasons for encouragement. There's still talent on that team, but again, it's just the slow starts to the season. And they just couldn't rebound from it because it was too little, too late. And the last time these two teams played, it was not that long ago, and it was a high-scoring offensive game won by Tampa. I see the same outcome. I think Tampa wins 37-30.
I'm in agreement with the table. I'm picking the Buccaneers to win this one. I think it's going to be high-scoring, though. The Falcons have had a pretty good offense all year long. Their defense has improved and well, but I think this could be a close one just like the last one. Won't exactly choke this game like they did last time they played them. It'll be close and they'll lose. But the Buccaneers will be the winners of this one, 37-34. Next game is the Saints at the Panthers. And Ryan, you mentioned that this Panthers team could be a team to upset some other teams at the end of the year. I'm not going to have that going on this week. The Saints could still have something to play for. I would assume that would be the case. So I'm going to pick them to win this game 32-23, ending their regular season strong and hoping for a playoff push.
Yeah, the Saints will be gearing up for their playoff push, but I still think Carolina plays hard and keeps this a one-score game, but I do have the Saints winning 33-25.
I've got a one-score game too, Ryan, but like you did, I have the Saints winning as well, 32-24. Now we go to the AFC South. We got Ryan's team, the Texans, in this game. They'll be at home playing against the Tennessee Titans. The Titans have looked good towards the end of the season. It's really when they start playing even better. Although they did play a lot better at the beginning of the season than they played at the beginning of last season. So that's been good for them just to see that more roundedness for the team. But Derrick Henry's going to start pounding some defenses now, and Ryan Tannehill, and that defense is kind of taking a step up. Also, shout out to Corey Davis. He's had a tough career. This has been a breakout year for him, so I just wanted to give a shout out to him. I was thinking about that the other night. I was like, well, I want to give a shout out to Corey Davis because it's been tough for him getting drafted in the first round. He was looked at as a bust for a long time.
Overall, I think he is.
And so it's good to see him playing better this year. Anyways, I have Corey Davis's team winning by a score of 26-23.
Well, at this point, people should know what's going to happen in this game because it's the Texans against a good team, and that means Deshaun Watson's going to play great. The Texans are going to, be in the game till the very end, but then there's going to be a fumble, a botched snap, a stupid penalty, a defensive meltdown. Something's going to go wrong in the late stages. That's going to
they're going to Texans.
They're gonna do the Texans thing. It's going to be something where Deshaun Watson does all he can, but it just something's gonna happen. I mean, if you're a Texans fan, you know what I mean by that by now.
Even if you're not,
you've seen the highlights, you've seen the memes about free Deshaun Watson and all that. Fitting into the Texans season, you haven't? Oh,
yeah.
Well, I mean, I don't think they're actually literally meaning for him to leave. They're just saying,
I know.
this man is doing so much and his team is losing and it's not his fault. Fitting into the Texans season, but the Titans, hey, they're gearing up for a playoff run. Maybe this win gives them the division. Who knows? But I think the Titans win 27-23.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be a high-scoring game, just like the last time these two teams played. But simply, I'm just gonna pick the better team this year, and that's the Tennessee Titans. Especially later on in the season, as Jordan said, they start to pick it up. We got a high-scoring game in this one, according to myself, but the Tennessee Titans take it 40-32. The next one is the Raiders at the Broncos. I have no clue if the Raiders are going to have a chance to be fighting for a playoff spot at this point. They have looked ugly as of lately.
I'll tell you right now, they won't be.
Okay.
Everything has to go right for them. I'll make that bold prediction right now.
Okay. But maybe you're right, maybe you're wrong. You guys know as you're watching this, or if we watch it back, we'll know.
Watch them make the playoffs.
Me, but I can say with the utmost confidence that I don't think they'll be fighting for a playoff spot right now.
Okay, well, I'm going to have them winning, and whether that gets them in the playoffs or they still don't even get close with winning this game, I think they win this game, regardless, 24-17.
All right. When I look at this game, I see two teams that have some talent, have some potential on both sides of the ball. But I really do think that this Broncos team has a bright future. I am a believer in Drew Lock. I really am. Do remember his number one receiver, Cortland Sutton, injured this year. Obviously missing Von Miller on defense. I like this Broncos team to get better and have a bright future as the years go on. So I think we get a glimpse of that bright future in this one. Denver wins 38-28.
Before I make my pick, I just wanted to remind you, I'm not a Raiders hater based off of what I just said, but, it's not going to look like that based off of this pick because similar to what Ryan said, we have the same reasoning why we picked the Broncos. I think that this year they've just had their games where they've showed up to play, and they've had their games where it just has not been pretty for them. I think this is one where they show up to play. I like Drew Lock. I like Jerry Jeudy. And I got to mention him, my defensive player of the year at the beginning of the season, Bradley Chubb. He made the Pro Bowl, not the playoffs. He made the Pro Bowl, so
there you go.
That's something. At least I get that. If he had Von Miller, though, he would have won Defensive Player of the Year. You can't say that he would not because you have no evidence. Okay, I have no evidence that he would, but you have no evidence that he cannot. So therefore, don't come at me because you can't tell me. Anyways, I have Bradley Chubb's team winning this game, 23-21. And we move on to an important game as a Bears fan. I need the Cardinals to lose, unless they lost last week to the 49ers, which I don't assume happened.
Please do that. Please.
Yeah, and so
just do it.
Cardinals playing the Rams. I didn't say that already.
Sorry.
Rams really have just been inconsistent this year. We know about the Jets thing, and there's just been their games where against my Bears they went off, and it's been a weird team, but they have a good offense when Jared Goff and that team show up to play, and that defense has been pretty stout. Besides that Jets game, throughout the season they've been pretty good. I think they're one of the best, if not the best in the league. I think they can be thrown in that conversation. I had the Rams winning this game because they need to for the Bears, and also I think I would have picked it anyways by a score of 28-25.
Yeah, I thought about this one for a while, and
how dare you?
Yes, you both said that now. The two other guys at the table here with me aren't going to like this pick, but I just don't trust the Rams offense. I don't,
You're supposed to be the Cardinals hater, too.
Well, no, I mean, both these teams have been wildly inconsistent, and, last time these two teams played, the Rams won. I see the opposite happening, the Cardinals, and who knows, depending on what happened in Seattle last week, maybe the Rams, too, need to win to get in, who knows, because I mean, they, have, struggled a little. I mean, they literally lost to the Jets. I mean, who knows what happened there? Maybe they just, took the week off.
I would like to take this time to remind you that the Cardinals won a close game with the Jets, too.
Yeah, they were. The Raiders were, a lot of people are good. I mean, I think the Bills beat them by 8 one time. But, yeah, I am going to take the Cardinals in this one. I think both offenses, will have big days, but at the end of the day, I just think the Rams have been a little too inconsistent for me to trust. I mean, we'll see what they did in Week 16, but right now, I feel slightly better about the Cardinals, and I think they win 34-30 and maybe punch their ticket to the playoffs. Well, yeah, if they control their own destiny, so probably punch their ticket to the playoffs. Sorry, guys.
I can't even look at you right now.
Yeah.
I'm just going to
Ryan,
choose not to.
Ryan, you're making eye contact.
Yeah.
I forgive you.
Oh, thank you. Yeah.
Forgive
You forgive me for saying what I think's going to happen. Thank you.
So
Say
you
your
know
truth.
what? I'll get over it at some
You're
point.
entitled to your
It's not going to be until
opinion, but you're not
I make
entitled
my
to your own
pick.
facts.
With the Rams, I do want to say the Bears and the Rams have had kind of a rivalry. They played 3 years in a row now, and the Rams have kind of beaten up on the Bears the last 2 times they played them. So this is a team that I've kind of respected, but like have a small amount of hatred for just because of that rivalry that's been brewing. But I need you this week, Rams. I love you in Week 17. Get that win for me, please. Beat the Cardinals. I have that happening. Sorry, Cardinals. I'm selfish for my team. What can I say? Rams win this game 32-20. Then the last game, this might not even be the late game, but it's the Seahawks at the 49ers. They want to do this epic rematch between what we saw last year in Week 17 of Sunday Night Football. I think it was Sunday Night Football, right? That game where Jacob Hollister came up like half a yard short or something.
Yeah.
But the 49ers kind of let us down this year. The injuries and all that bested them. I think that results in the Seahawks win, ending their regular season well, 30-28. Seahawks win.
Yeah, depending on how things go in this game, or how things went in Week 16, Seattle could still have an outside shot at the 1 seed, potentially. There's a slim chance, but they could potentially still have a shot at the 1 seed. In San Francisco, really just kind of been an unlucky year for them. I think this team will be better next year, but Seattle is the better team right now, and Seattle could potentially still have a lot to play for, but depending on how things in the past week played out. I think the Seahawks are the better team, as I said, and they win 29-16.
Well, wow, guys. We made it.
The last pick of the regular season.
Of the regular season
by,
for
really.
this year. It flew by, but it has been a great year of football.
Yep.
Through a year that has been tough on all of us with all the COVID stuff and so many things just going weird in 2020. It's been a good football season, and I just think, I'm just so happy. I'm so thankful that we got a season, first of all,
Absolutely.
and that this season has been really, really good. The NFL has handled it very well, and so for that, all across the table, and probably you watching this video, I think we could all say we are thankful for this season.
We're thankful.
We are very thankful, exactly.
Thankful.
And we're thankful for you guys as well. I'm thankful for these guys sitting right next to me.
Thankful.
And I'm thankful for the playoffs that are coming up
I'm thankful.
ahead of us. Because football, although the regular season is over, now the fun is just beginning because we get to crown a king soon.
We still got one more
This
game.
is where the
We
fun
still do
begins.
have one more game, too. Anyways, I'll crown my king of this game. It is the Seahawks. They're playing the 49ers. If you forgot after my long spiel. I almost picked them to lose this game because I'm frustrated with Russell Wilson, but I didn't. I picked them to win 27-18. And with that, we wrap up our final picks video of the regular season. Guys, it's been a pleasure.
Yeah, it has.
It really has been really good, and as Jordan said, there was so much to be unexpected headed into this season. We're glad to be here right now. It really did go by in a flash. So we just thank you guys for tuning in all year to these picks videos. 18 teams will be eliminated from our picks videos as we go on, if I did the math correctly.
Yeah.
As we go on, we'll still be doing playoff prediction videos, of course. But with the regular season, it's going to be over after this week, and we've had a heck of a time letting you guys know our picks and you guys telling us your picks in the comment section. So thank you for tuning with us. With that being said, make sure to like this video to give your support to us. Subscribe to our channel, the notification bell, comment down below your predictions about these games. Go check out our podcast, and but we probably won't post on there for a while.
Yeah, we missed this week. Technically, we're making this, and we're going to make next week because it'll be gone. So 2 weeks without a podcast, unfortunately. But we'll be back soon.
Yes.
So keep a lookout. Every Wednesday it is posted.
Check out our Instagram as well. We do occasionally post some stuff about our videos and some other different stuff, some bonus features that we will put on there as well occasionally. So, and we do it occasionally.
You like bonus, or you like bonuses?
Yeah.
I like bonuses.
Really, this whole season has kind of felt like a bonus for this year.
Except for
After
our
all
fantasy
we've gone through, but we made it. That's the end of the regular season predictions for the touchdown table. So thank you guys for tuning along. Do what I told you to do earlier. Thank you for listening and watching. And with that, we will see you guys later.
See ya.